It seems that recently, I've noticed anyway, that since the last couple of weeks, there hasn't actually been a lot of Doctor Who show news, but there's been a lot of Big Finish news, and we seem to be weekly now covering Big Finish stuff. Are you, as someone who isn't a Big Finish listener, you kind of getting a bit excited about some stuff from Big Finish?
As kind of a very open fan of the kind of Eccleston era and Christopher Eccleston's portrayal of the Doctor,
Yeah.
I have been keeping a keen eye on news surrounding that specifically, because that is something that looks very interesting. And
Yeah.
kind of the more information that comes out, the more promising that seems to be becoming.
Yeah. So have you had a chance to listen to the short extract that they released of the Ravagers box set? It was like a 30-second clip, I think, of Eccleston and a Centurion.
Where exactly are we heading?
We're not heading anywhere.
Eh?
I'm heading to the TARDIS. I didn't ask you to come along.
Just obeying orders, sir.
Well, we're here. Nice to have met you. Off you go.
This is Waterloo Bridge. I thought we'd be going straight to Whitehall.
No, I'm going straight in here.
But that's a police box.
Yeah, I know. Bye then.
I can hear that noise again.
Yeah. Sounds like more trouble on the way.
More trouble? What do you mean? More, Romans?
More who knows what. Bye! Oh, no.
What the hell is that?
More trouble. Looks like a time edit.
Eddie?
You better get in here before... Right. Whoever you are out there doing this, you clearly mean business, but newsflash. So do I.
Yes, I did.
And what did you think to that? Because we've had the trailer, and now we've had this sort of short clip. This month it comes out. No actual release date given. We just know it's going to be this month. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be. I'm excited and apprehensive at the same time.
Yeah, and I kind of liked the short clip we were given. It kind of eased some very, very slight concerns I had from the initial trailer.
Yeah.
Because one concern I had slightly at the initial trailer was that perhaps the characterization of the Doctor would be closer to the 10th Doctor than the 9th Doctor, just from short clips from the trailer, such as the whole I did the thing, temporal thing.
Yeah.
Although the way that he acts in the clip we were given, acting quite distant emotionally from the Centurion and kind of trying to fob him off quite quickly. That felt very 9th Doctor to me. Well, the thing is that this feels very kind of almost pre-Rose, because if you think at the beginning of Rose, the first thing, even when he talks to Rose initially, he's kind of like, I've saved you. Now go live your life.
Yeah.
Don't come after me. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, that's right. And talking of Rose, who we know to be the only companion of the 9th Doctor, speaking this week to Doctor Who magazine, Eccleston has mentioned about the fact that there is no Rose and the fact that there is whatever that companion role is going to be for the Big Finish. Harry, do you have a quote there from Eccleston? Now, I feel if I were to read it, I wouldn't give it full justice for Eccleston diehard fans out there. So, Harry, in your own time.
So far, we've only had temporary assistants that he meets within the adventures. And that's a very positive thing for me, coming back to the character. It gives me more room to explore him. I'm going to be recording an episode shortly where he's questioned by the Brigadier, played by John Culshaw, about why he's travelling alone, and he shuts it down very firmly. So there may be stuff going forward where we address that.
Lovely stuff. So I'm happy. So it does seem that the whole companion-less aspect of the character is going to be a driving force, it seems, for the for this first box set anyway. How do you feel about that? It sounds exciting, right?
Yeah, the thing I'm interested to hear about is if we're going to get any sort of insight into why he has, at this point, decided to be a loner, and if potentially it links into kind of the whole Time War stuff and the fallout of that he feels like. I'm just interested to hear what kind of justification they go with, whether it's kind of after all that, he just needs time to be alone to process that, or if maybe he feels he doesn't deserve companionship after what he's done. Yeah. I'm just kind of interested to very much hear that perspective and what they go with.
I wonder how close to the Day of the Doctor this box set will start, because it's obviously earlier on in the
Do you
Doctor.
think we'll get? Do you think we'll get a post-regeneration scene?
I would hope so. I would like to think so. Maybe not straight away. I feel if they're doing the Cybermen and the Brigadier, I feel like maybe save some stuff for future. But then I think, like we've mentioned before, how obviously Chris seems to be having a great time with Big Finish, but when more work becomes available, how willing is he going to be to come back and do more Big Finish in the future? So is it a case of do everything while it's here, or is it a case of moderate it and release it slowly and sort of be more patient with it? I think it's a bit of both, and there's a fine line that they have to kind of tread on, because I know they've also mentioned the idea of doing multi-Doctor stories that we talked about last week, I think, or maybe the week before.
Yeah, we did.
So that's exciting as well, but it's I don't want everything at once, because it's not a special anymore. It'll be like just waking up Christmas Day, going downstairs, and all your presents are already unwrapped. And want to know they're there, and I want that build-up of knowing that there's a possibility the 9th and 10th Doctor could meet, and that he's going to meet the Brigadier and the Cybermen, and are we going to get a follow-up with Rose? Is Rose going to appear in some of these stories as well? Just some fun things like that.
I do feel that with these Big Finish audios, especially with Ravagers, this is just entirely kind of baseless predictions, but I get the sort of vibe that perhaps the story will start kind of following the supporting characters within Ravagers, the Centurion, all that, and then the 9th Doctor will enter the scene almost akin to Rose, rather than as following the Doctor from the start.
Yeah.
Which, if that is the case, I imagine there wouldn't be any kind of post-regeneration scene. Which feels good, like you said, it kind of leaves breathing room. It doesn't kind of completely... Because if these specials started with the post-regeneration and ended with, like, just before Rose, him going after the Autons, then there would be literally no space for anything else.